going to start with Harry Maguire and looking ahead to his future at Old Trafford. Because, Rob, in the summer, we saw Johnny Evans, who was training with the team. There was a spell where it wouldn't have been a big surprise, because if Gary Pallister and Steve Bruce had been fit, they might have played ahead of Harry Maguire. So how has he got himself into the team again, and how has he stayed there, and will it last?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. In the summer, it looked at one stage that it was going to be very likely that Maguire was going to move on. I think United even accepted a bid from West Ham, so that shows you how close it was to him leaving the club. But fast forward a couple of months, and he is back being first choice at centre-back. He started the last 8 games. He hasn't had a run like that at United since the end of 2021, which tells you how long it's been. I mean, the reason he's back is a combination of a couple of things, really. One is injuries. Obviously, Lisandro Martinez is out, and he's going to be out until the new year, probably certainly until after Christmas. And the other thing is that I think Harry Maguire is finally understanding what Ten Hag wants from him. That it was interesting a couple of weeks ago that a question was asked in a press conference about Harry Maguire, and Ten Hag, instead of just saying, I'm happy with the way he's playing and kind of moving on to the next question, gave a little bit of a more detailed answer and kind of explained that Maguire was learning when to step into midfield, when to hang back a little bit. He was reading the game better. He was choosing his moments to spray those long passes forward. He was keeping it simple on different occasions. So I think a combination of him having an opportunity because of injuries, but also him sort of starting to take on board Ten Hag's instructions have helped him get back in the team. And you've got a situation now where United have got a really critical run of games after the international break. And as things stand, Harry Maguire is going to be one of the first names on the team sheet, which, if you look back at just a couple of months, it would have been hard to imagine.
Ali, what does that tell us about Manchester United in general, that right now Harry Maguire is one of the first names on the team sheet?
And I just don't think you can have this conversation without providing that context, that while we like to think that Harry Maguire has been better than what he had been in the past, that bar was very low. But as it pertains to the comparison to what he has been in regards to his teammates and in regards to Manchester United in general, I think that's what paints a very clear picture here, is that, yes, Harry Maguire has improved his level, but when you have people around you that have been awful, if you come anywhere near close to a decent level of play, you're going to stand out. And that's, I think, where Harry Maguire is. I don't think he is back to his best. I don't think he's back to being a great defender. I just think you put things together. He has improved his level. He's a little bit more confident, feeling out a little bit better about himself and his place in the team. And then you compare that to everybody else in Manchester United, and he's going to stand out, and he's going to stand out in a positive way. So then that, I think, spins it forward to the second part of the question. Will it last? Can it last? I suppose it can. I just think that we need to see more consistency from Harry Maguire in the next few games as we spin it forward and we start to think and project as to what Manchester United is going to be. We cannot evaluate this team and Harry Maguire and ignore, just because he has had a few good games, ignore Copenhagen and the debacle that was defensively. And he is part of the defensive core group of this team. And so there's still signs there that he's not quite to the level that he needs to be. But again, in the context of everybody else in Manchester United, well, yeah, he's flying. Yeah, sure, Harry, you look great.
When he's at his best, if he recaptures, Rob, the form that saw Manchester United make him the world's most expensive defender, 5 million more than Virgil van Dijk when he signed from Leicester in August 2019. If he recaptures that form, but everyone else is fit, all the defenders, Luke Shaw, Lindelof, Martinez, Varane, everybody's fit. Where's Harry Maguire's place in the pecking order as far as central defenders is concerned at Old Trafford?
And that is the key question. That one of the things that Ten Hag has said in press conferences, that it's not necessarily the individual talents of his centre-backs, but he very much likes the way that they form partnerships. And he said one of the reasons before the Luton game was that he couldn't play, or he didn't feel he could play Maguire and Varane together, was because he didn't think as a partnership they worked very well. So immediately then people start jumping on it and saying, well, Varane's not playing. That must mean that Ten Hag thinks that Varane isn't as good a player as Harry Maguire. And that's probably not quite it. That it's to do with how that partnership is formed and how they play together. And we saw last season that Ten Hag, more often than not, like to have Varane as the right-sided centre-back and Lisandro Martinez on the left. Obviously, at the moment, Martinez is injured, but eventually he's going to come back. And so is it a case that when he does come back, that Ten Hag is going to go back to his tried and trusted partnership from last season and have Martinez and Varane back together again? I think that's probably what is going to happen. I still don't think that Harry Maguire is particularly a Ten Hag player. I think that he's back in the team at the moment because of a certain set of circumstances. But if you were to get Ten Hag on this show and say, that Man United squad, pick your best 11 players, I'm pretty sure that he would pick Raphael Varane and Lisandro Martinez at centre-back. Obviously, it remains to be seen. Martinez is still sidelined, and we won't know until probably the new year what's going to happen with that. But right now, I would suggest that Ten Hag still thinks it's Varane and Martinez as his preferred choice, with Harry Maguire probably sat on the bench.